Right, so what's your first name?
Hannah.
Hannah. And so if you can tell us what's happened to that shoulder.
So the first time it happened, I was in a scooter accident and kind of like flipped over and hit the road, and it dislocated coming up this way.
Okay.
But then now, every time I go surfing, like even just paddling or like, it's just, there's nothing holding it in.
Right,
and
okay.
So, yeah.
Right, cool. Right, so first thing that's happening is I'm going to work from the top of your head down, and the surgeon's just saying balance. At the moment in your life, it's all about balance, whether you're balancing on a surfboard, whether you're balancing the demands of life, demands of others, okay? Whether he's saying you've got to be clear on what you want. All right? It's a fundamental thing, guys. If you're not clear on what you want, when stuff shows up in life, how do you know if you're getting your life right or not? You've got to. You are co-creators with God. Yeah. You get to choose. So think about what is it you want. Yeah. Think about what is it you want, not as material things, but as feelings. How do you want to feel when you wake up in the morning? How do you want to feel? Yeah. And it feels like you're wanting life simple, but you're wanting to be fully engaged in life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's wanting her foot permanently on that gas pedal.
Give me it all.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
But she's wanting simple as well. She doesn't want to dot the I's and cross the T's and fill in any kind of paperwork, apparently. Isn't that right? Yeah.
We all know Hannah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. So the watchword at the moment for you is balance, and it's balance. But you've got to get clear about what is it you want. But think about what is it I want as a feeling. How do I want to feel? Because then, if you're feeling more of that feeling, you'll know you're getting your life right. You know you're moving towards the right. We all go through this journey forever, not just this lifetime. So there's no final destination as such. But if you're feeling happier more of the time, if you're feeling clearer more of the time, if you're feeling freer more of the time, if your body aches less more of the time, if you are building good quality relationships with people, you're adding to your own qualitative experience here. Now, if you don't do this consciously, what happens is life happens to you. People come along and they take your time. Or bills come in, which then require you to run like a rat on a wheel to pay those bills. Yeah? And so all of us need to become very, very aware of what is it we want this lifetime. Yeah? I particularly want more joy, more ease, and more lightness. They're my three barometers. So if at the end of the week there's been more joy, ease and lightness, I'm getting it wrong. I'm getting it right, sorry. If there isn't, then it doesn't matter how fast I'm running on that wheel, I might be running in the wrong bloody direction. Yeah? A lot of people in our world are running in the wrong direction. They think once they've paid off the mortgage, yeah, right. Yeah? It never comes, does it? That pot of gold, it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, it never comes. So your job is to enjoy each moment. And apparently, this is a really weird thing to say, but he said, stop listening to the advice of others. And I'm like, but you're giving her advice. Is she to stop listening to you? Stop listening to the advice of others and just do what is right for you in your heart. Yeah? It's the thoughts of others that then you start wondering about, and it takes you right off centre. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It's going to use sound. And from behind Hannah, he's just saying to me that life is a blessing. This time here is a blessing, guys. Yeah, enjoy this time you have here. Enjoy it. Yeah, there'll always be more time to wash more dishes, vacuum some more. You're not going to be on your deathbed. I just wished I'd dusted a bit more. I just wished I'd dusted every week. No, you're not. You're going to be, I just wish, I'd spent more time with the people I care about. It doesn't have to be a huge number of people. You can't maintain good relationships with vast numbers of people. There's only a certain number of people, a certain number of family, a certain number of friends. And notice how we choose our friends, we don't choose our family. You noticed that one yet? Yes? So within a family, there are different evolutions of souls. Yeah, and very, very often, those souls are going to find different paths. They're still going to be family, but they won't be as close as some of your friends will be, because you're looking for people that are on the same wavelength as you. Now, when I get into the shoulder, I've just got this one word, judgment. And sometimes Hannah is worrying about her judgment. And Dr. Augusto, the one that's working through me at the moment, says Hannah has excellent judgment. When she uses it.
Judgment of myself.
You do. Yes. All you use judgment for is to decide what is good, bad, right or wrong for you. Not others. We don't use judgment out there at all, in any way, shape or form. It's just within ourselves. If you're eating a meal, notice how it makes you feel. Form a judgment about it. Is that food good for me or not? Judgment is there for us to assess what is right, wrong, good or bad for us. Where it goes wrong is when we think we know best for somebody else. You never, ever, ever, ever do. You never, ever, ever, ever do. Because you're not them. You don't know what they've come here to experience or to learn. You don't know how many lifetimes they've had. But he wants you to know your judgment is sound. Your judgment is sound. Does that help you knowing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, within you, when you're making a decision, your very first instinctive knowing will come in through the gut. Bacteria in the gut. The bacteria were the first things, the first form of life on the planet, apart from Gaia. But bacteria were the first forms. They've been here for gazillions of years. Yeah, they're smart. Happy gut. If you've got good bacteria in here, you're going to be happy as well. It affects our mood. So your gut feel, if your gut feel says no or yes, follow that. All right. If your gut feel has said yes and you want to know more about it, you can think about it. You can notice how your heart feels. So in the gut is your instinctive yes or no. If you meet somebody, should I give them a job or not? There'll be a gut feel, yes or no. You then might spend an hour deciding if that gut feel is right or not by asking them questions. But most of us will go with that gut feel. Your heart, that's what you love. So your expression, how you're going to use your time here, you want your awareness in your heart because that's how your love's going to come through into the world. Your head, that's good for remembering things like birthdays and phone numbers. Yeah, but not a lot of decision making in here. Yeah? Let it come from these parts. These are much more knowing. Yeah? Cool. Okay. Now, shoulder accident. Okay, so in a way it was an accident, but I talked before about how sometimes things appear as accidents, but they're not. Okay, because nothing happens by chance. You needed some time out from a situation. So at the time that this happened, there would have been a situation where you needed a bit of time out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and so the body listens to that. You know, you don't even have to voice it in here. The body realizes we need to get you away from that situation. We're going to do something, not to endanger your life, but just to get you out of the situation for a period of time. As I'm working on the shoulder, I've just got one word, which is strengthen, and then I'm seeing layers. I don't know what those layers are yet. Now, what's happening for you, Hannah? What can you feel happening in the shoulder?
It's like my shoulders being pulled back.
Yeah, both of them equally?
This one's kind of a bit more tingly, but yeah, both of them equally.
Cool.
This one's felt like really tight. And,
all right, so some affirmations we need you to run through your head, please. I have good judgment. Just let that run through your head. I have good judgment. I can trust my gut. My gut will always tell me whether something is good or bad, right or wrong for me. and I can trust the feelings of my heart. We move towards things that we love and away from things that are no longer serving us. So in the heart, that can be used as like a compass as well to move us towards our passion. Okay, now what they're showing me that in terms of your passions, sometimes it's a bit of a scattergun approach. You like this, you like that, you like that, you like that. You go so far and then you get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You've not
Nice story.
dug deep into any one of the passions yet. You've sort of gone superficial there,
Mm-hmm.
all right? But you need to be doing something with your hands, that is absolutely for sure,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And making something with your hands, and I'm not sure what that is, whether that's jewelry, whether it's craft, whether it's pottery, but it's like you become clear in your mind when your hands are doing something detailed,
Yeah.
yeah? And so we just need to find something like that that makes money. It's that simple, isn't it? Yeah, so you're just finding something that you can make relatively easily, but it does require some level of concentration that will make you money. Yeah. Little story from my life. How many years am I going back? I am 55 now. I was 51 when I threw my arms up to Spirit World. I'd got 2 businesses. I employed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 staff, and I was struggling to pay the bills. Everything was turning to custard big time, and I threw my arms up to Spirit World and I said, you know, what the hell? I've worked for you for 24 years and I can't even pay my bills. And they said, but you asked to be of service. You've been of service to a lot of people. So I said, well, can I be of service and have money? And they said, yes. You couldn't just tell me that a few years ago? Apparently not. Yeah. I'd asked to be of service, so that's what I've had, 24 years of being of service. So now I've said, well, can I have money as well? And they've said yes. So if you don't know that one, and it pays off for you, remember who told you? I love being generous. Love being generous. So I need more money to come in so that I can be even more generous. It's a nice feeling being generous, isn't it? I like it particularly. My particular thing is when I have somebody that is either a close family or a friend that's got like a debt and they can't afford to pay a debt off, and I can say, look, it's not a loan, it's a gift. You don't have to pay me back. How nice is that, eh? Now, there's a downside that they then go and run up another bloody credit card. You've got to be a little bit careful with it because that's not going to help anything. We're living in a very different age. My grandmother's age, they'd never borrow a penny. Not a penny. Everything was savings. Little pots, you know, 2 pence in here, a shilling in there, make sure they paid all the bills. We have been trained to borrow money. We've been trained. Most of us live up to the money that comes in, pays our bills, and there's an unexpected bill, which in a way we should expect it if it's a Warrant of Fitness, it's an annual thing, but we never do. And then we end up sticking out a credit card or an overdraft or a personal loan. And then we end up running like little rats on wheels. Now shoulder, left shoulder again, it's different. This shoulder is responsibility for you. So usually the right shoulder is the future and the left shoulder is the past. But this left shoulder, this damage, this fragility here, it's you needing to take responsibility for you, for all aspects of your life. It's called growing up. They said that to me when I was 31. My first message from Spirit World was, grow up. All right, and it's about accepting responsibility for your choices, accepting responsibility for your thoughts and your beliefs. All right, we're all responsible for the unique experience of reality that we have. Yeah, and this fragility here, this is, but I don't want to be responsible, but you are. But I don't want to be responsible, but you are. But I really don't want to be responsible, but you are. Okay, so you are responsible for all of it. And you're responsible for what you judge as good and what you judge as bad. So all of us, when we look at our life, there'll be bits in there that we're like, oh yeah, I did that. And there'll be other bits, I don't know why that happened. And you're responsible for all of it. Yeah? And what I want to say to you that is the most important thing, Hannah, is that the main thing that you're responsible for is you and how you are. And haven't you done an excellent job? You are a wonderful human being.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah?
Wow, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah? Can you feel that? Have we hit the nail on the head?
I'll remind you tomorrow.
Yeah? Well, we've got it on film. We've got it. All of Grey Mouse will be watching this now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But you, how you've created you, how you are as a human being. Well done. Well done.
And so young.
Yeah. Yeah. Let yourself feel that. You should be proud. Well, we don't want to make pride's not a good quality, is it? But you should feel proud. You should feel proud of what you've already accomplished. Because if you've done this by now, what are you going to do in the next 10 years, girl? Hey?
Yeah.
They're telling me you're going to kick some ass.
Pretty amazing.
She's coming here with like armour plating on for some battles. She's going to kick some ass, I can tell you. Right, now you just give that shoulder a try.
Oh my god.
Better?
Wow. Normally with the shoulder, I can like come to about here, and then oh my god.
Yeah, thank
God.
you.
There's your weakness.
Wow. You're going to be busy.
Oh my god.
So we could do it tomorrow.
Wow.
Wow.
It's incredible.